can you actually scale without working harder? See, so often when people are in business, I work with a lot of fractional business owners. I work with agency owners, firm owners, consultants. And what I find is that as they are trying to grow their business, they're still trying to do the same things they have always done. And the problem with this is it also creates a lot of complexity, and often it requires more team, more hours, more services, right? All the things that you've always known to do. But you can scale with elevation. And that is really what I want to talk about. When you have become so good at what you do, your business model should rise up to the level of expertise that you have acquired. And so often people like yourself are not thinking this way. You just think, this is what got me here, and I'm going to keep doing more of this, and my business will keep growing. And so you're in a way stuck a bit in the volume trap. Again, more hours, more clients, more team, more volume, right? But when you think elevation, now you think less is more. Because think about this, if you could get paid 10 times more per client that you are working with, that is total elevation, right? That means you are now working at a completely different level in a completely different role. It doesn't have to mean that now you're doing more, you're delivering more, you're working more. No, not when you structure this in the right way. So when I help my clients implement elevation into their business, it actually simplifies their business. I like to say simplify to multiply. So everything becomes more streamlined and it levels up. So all of this expertise and knowledge and experience that they have acquired, we're now going to leverage the heck out of that so that they can be paid top dollar for what they do. But they can also often step out of the execution role and they can step into the trusted advisor or strategic partner role. And this is where you can get paid much bigger dollars. One way to think about it would be take a plumber, for example. A plumber is going to go in and they're going to do the work, right? And they're going to get paid for that work. But there's a big difference between a plumber and someone who is opening plumbing franchises all across the country, right? They're in a very different role. And they have people below them that are doing the work, but they become the brain. They become the brilliance of the operation. And that's really what we're talking about here. To take yourself out of the doer role, the extra pair of hands role. Maybe you're even treated like an employee in your clients' businesses as you're in there working with them. Depending on what you do in your business, these are the struggles and the challenges that people come up against, even when their excellence and their expertise has risen above that level. See, now they should be operating in a different role. Now, that could be a CEO, but one of the things that I always tell people is elevate before you keep adding. Because why would you want to go out and get more and more clients if you haven't maximized the money per client that you actually could be making? So think about this. If you could charge 10 times more per client that you're working with, that would be elevation, right? Of course. And if you could do that with clients and not have to be the doer, would that make a big difference in your business? Yes, right? So instead of thinking about how do I do more? How do I offer more services, more packages, more pricing, more hours, build more team, all of those things are going to cut into profitability and they're making your business more complex. Instead of looking at that, think, how can I elevate? Who are the top clients that I want more of? How are they easier to work with, right? How can I get more of those types of clients? And then maybe how can I even elevate my business model, my packages, my pricing so that I'm getting paid even more for those clients? Because now you can structure your business in a way that you will attract more of those people. And then how can I really step into more that trusted advisor, that trusted partner role where I'm not being the doer and I don't even necessarily have to have the big team to be building at this level. So a good example of this would be you go in as a strategic advisor and you're working with teams to help them execute, but you are just advising them. If you haven't stepped into this role yet, you're leaving, number one, a lot of money on the table. And number two, people are desperate for that knowledge and that brilliance that you could bring to their business. So always think elevation. When you think about, I'm going to keep doing what I've been doing, this is what's worked. If I do more of this, I'll make more. Doesn't always work, because again, as you keep doing more, it's going to require more team. If you don't figure out ways to deliver more, in a more leveraged model, it's going to require more team, more complexity, maybe more hours on your part. So this is where I really want to flip your thinking or shift your thinking to think higher and not harder. Let me repeat that. Flip your thinking to think, how can I build higher and not build harder, not make it harder on myself. This is the way that you can do it. There are 4 core pieces, and these are the 4 areas that I work with my clients in to help them elevate their business. The first is really establish what that elevation plan looks like. What are the best clients? What types of clients do you want to work with? How can you work with those clients without giving away all of your time, without adding more hours, without maybe even adding more team, cutting into your profitability? How can you do this? Create the plan. You want to establish your elevation plan. This is what I do with my clients. We figure out what they want and what they're bringing to the table, and then let's strategize and build out this elevation plan for you. The second piece of this is now engineer the positioning. So if you want to get clients that are multiple 6 figures, for example, they're paying you multiple 6 figures, or they're paying you well beyond 6 figures, everything that you do in your positioning should be speaking right to them. Everything that they see should be attracting them right to you. They should be able to see that you are for them. This is part of the elevation plan. People now have to see that you are in an elevated place in your business. You are a strategic partner, a strategic advisor. This is what you do with your clients. This is how you help your clients, and you make it very clear you're not the doer. Now, again, if you've already got a team in place, you certainly can still utilize your team, but there are still ways to leverage your model so that you're not, again, getting overwhelmed or getting sucked in to work a million hours. I think about one of my clients who was working so many hours. I mean, his marriage was suffering, his health was suffering. He was really good at what he did, but the business model that he was trying to go out and build was just going to keep him overworked, underpaid, stuck, exhausted. There was no way that business model was going to ever get him to the goals that he had, because he was trying to, again, grow through volume and grow through doing the same things. But when we elevated his business, when we repositioned him in his business, we got very clear on who those best clients would be. We packaged offers in ways that those clients would say yes, but he was making 10 times more than he had ever made from a client. And when we put all of that in place, and now he's making a lot more money per client, he didn't need as many clients. We also streamlined his marketing, because now he was very focused on exactly who his ideal clients were that were going to pay him these bigger fees. And then he, yes, did build a team behind him. But what happened is not only did his business grow by 500% in a year, he also got more than 20 hours a week back into his life. And more than that, he got his marriage back, he got his health back, right? There are always bigger consequences when we're trying to do things the same way and get to a new level, because new levels require new strategies, new thinking. New levels require elevation and not, again, complication. So the first is establish your elevation plan. What does that look like? Who are the clients? What are you going to charge? What do those packages and prices look like? Who are the people that you most want to work with that can afford to pay you those prices? And then design that plan. The second piece I said is engineer your positioning so that you are now positioned in the market for these particular clients. So when they see you, when they come across you, they know you are for them. And your brand and your positioning, your message, your content, everything that you're doing is elevated in a way that it builds instant trust with them, instant credibility with them, and they can easily see what you are all about and how you can help them. That's how you will attract them to you. The third piece of what I call my elevation method is you want to elevate your fees and your packages and your prices, and you want to even elevate your role. So again, maybe you go from being the extra pair of hands, being the implementer, to now becoming a strategic advisor or a strategic partner. When one of my clients implemented a strategic advisor offer, she went back to an existing client and she took them from making a few $1,000s a month to a $35,000 a month engagement for a year. So do the math, that's over $413,000 that she upsold them to. And it started because she stepped into a strategic advisor role. She showed them what they were missing in their business that could be even helping the services she was providing work better. And then that opened the door to a bigger transformational engagement with that particular client. So when you step up as like a strategic partner, when you put yourself in that role, number one, they're going to really value what you are now saying, but it's going to be a much easier upsell because they will now trust that you can deliver things in a much bigger way. The fourth, what I call E in the elevation method, is expand. You want to expand your visibility. If you want to expand your opportunities and your pipeline and referrals and all of the things that go along with what I would say elevation is all about, then you have to expand how you're doing things in your business with your marketing. And I like to call them high-level marketing and sales strategies. Even expanding and changing how you take payments, how you your model is structured. I mean, what if you brought in a six-figure client and they paid you in full? That would be a very different play in your business than if you were taking a six-figure client and you were breaking that up over a year's period, right? So these are all the things that I'm talking about. It's not just one little piece of the puzzle. There are many components that go into elevation, but you've got this opportunity if you have not yet done it. Because again, if you have built your expertise, you've built up your brilliance, your knowledge, your skills, you get your clients great results, and you're not thinking elevation, you're only thinking about growth and adding, doing things the same way, you're missing your biggest bold moves that are going to give you the biggest financial leaps. But not even that help you reclaim your time. They'll help you get more life from your business, and they will keep you from burning out in your business and actually fall in love with your business and have more enjoyment. This is what we're talking about, right? Don't you want a business that you can enjoy, that you can make the money that you want, that you're not sucked into that business and living that business? I don't think any of us get into business to live the business, right? We want to build our wealth, or we want to make a lot more money than we believe we could make working for someone else. And yet that often doesn't happen. You work more for yourself than you would have ever worked for anyone else, and often for even less money. But when you start thinking elevation, it can change the game for you. So look, again, what are the four things? Establish your elevation plan. 2, engineer your positioning for these particular clients and these people. Elevate not only your fees and your packages, but also your role in your business. And then 4th, expand. Expand like crazy. Expand your visibility. Expand your opportunities. Expand your referrals. All of these things can happen when everything else is elevated. And now you start looking like the expert that you truly are. You will attract bigger opportunities. You'll attract the better top-tier clients. You'll attract more referrals to your business. And more importantly, you will get more freedom because you're playing at a higher level, actually working less. So if this resonates with you and you would love to elevate your business and really scale with elevation and not complication, then I want to invite you to book a call with me at acarden.com, and let's take a look at your business and look at what your opportunity is to do this. So thank you for being here. Again, subscribe to the show, and I'll talk to you next week. Have an amazing day. God bless you. Bye-bye.